All right, Abu Lahab. Sorry for making you wait, my friend. The mic is yours.
No problem, my friend, no problem. All good. If anything, it took me so long, I even forgot what I came here for, actually.
You remind me of myself. I'm old. You know, I'm 120 years old now. I forgot what Allah told me a second ago. He gave me Quran. I forgot it. You are suffering from the same.
Mm.
Anyway, you are the uncle. You are the uncle of Muhammad. No wonder. You know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so basically, I came here for the Qur'an problem. You probably heard about this argument and talked about like a million times already. So
Yeah.
I'm just here to
What
ask
about?
you a few questions. Sometimes when you read the Qur'an, there are like few differences, like Malik Yawmuddin and Malik Yawmuddin. No, Muslims usually just say, well, it's not really big of a difference. It's kind of like want the same meaning. And then you go to different verses that actually have complete different meaning, like Surah Al-Safat number 12. If you check like رواية خلف ibn Hisham
Uh-huh.
and Hamza,
Uh-huh.
it will say بل عجبت. It basically says by you wonder. Sorry, but I wonder بل عجبت. But in Hafiz's version it says بل عجبت. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a completely different meaning. When I usually bring this argument to Muslims, they usually go like, well, yeah, the two verses are different, but they usually give me like a completely different answer. Sometimes they tell me, well, like the imam in my mosque, he told me, yeah, sometimes stuff like this can happen, but it doesn't really affect Islam because the change in here is a change in a story, not in hukum or law in Islam or
You,
Sharia.
you see my screen,
So
right?
where's the
You see my screen? I
yes?
did not change it since you came. You can choose any word in the screen and you will see how the Muslim corrupt their book. Because when they added those vowels to the words, they changed the meaning.
Mm,
Okay? So
exactly.
like الصلح or الطلح, خير or حير, أحضرت or أحصرت, الأنفس
الصلاة والصلاة.
الأنفس or I mean الشح or الشخ or السح.
Yeah.
All of those are new meaning added when they added the dots and the vowels into the Arabic language. And then there's
I
other
want to.
and then there's other issue, like even there's the whole word is missing, like the الشمس تجري لمستقر لها. This is the reading of Hafs, but Ibn Mas'ud, which is named by Muhammad, and Ibn Abbas, which is named by Muhammad, they say الشمس لا تجري لمستقر لها. This is not only now a different reading, this is a different sentence. One, they can't be both. One, it says the sun run to its fixed course, and the other one says the sun does not run to a fixed course. Which one? So if we go here in the Quran, and this is Ibn Kathir, chapter Yasin, verse number 38, and then you go down, you will see here that the reading says والشمس تجري لا مستقر لها. You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Is that different reading now? Or this is horrible? One, it says the sun run to a fixed course, as you see. The other one says the sun does not run to a fixed course. So this is not just the reading, it's the opposite meaning, and it is missing words and adding words. Both cannot be true,
Mm.
because which one of them? Do the sun run or the sun does not run? The Muslim, they have to make decision to see which one. And if you look here, you will see that this is the Quran of who? Ibn Mas'ud. Hafs is not even exist in the time of Muhammad. Uthman never been
Yeah,
named.
he came like
Muhammad,
70 or 100 years
yeah,
after Muhammad, if I'm not mistaken.
200 years. This is 200 years
Oh,
after. Ibn Mas'ud, he was one of the four Muhammad he told the Muslim to take the Quran from. خذوا القرآن عن أربعة, correct? Take the Quran from four. But none of those who wrote the Quran today for the Muslims is from the four. So based on Muhammad's statement, Ibn Mas'ud is the one to take his Quran. What the Muslim do? They take the Quran of the one, not the one Muhammad says take the Quran from him. Ibn Mas'ud, he was upset from mentioning Zayd. He said Zayd Sabi. Zayd was a kid. Since when Zayd can teach Quran, can recite Quran? So they have many problems with those. So the reading is a joke. Have many reading is just other way for Muhammad to get away from his lies. Because in one verse he says something, second day he repeat the same verse, he add or he take off. So how he explained that? He told them Allah gave it to me in 7 different reading. Then if we study, we will find hundreds of different readings, not 7. Hundreds. What 7?
I mean, just like the thing in here, whenever Muhammad makes a contradiction, he always Muslim always takes his first response as like a complete or final answer. Like, think about yourself. Do you think Muhammad will actually admit to be wrong? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah.
You see, when the Jews and the Christians from Najran, they came to him, and they said to him, "How you say that Mary is the sister of Aaron?" Right? So
Yeah.
Muhammad now, and the Ka'b al-Ahbar, if you remember the story, he came to Aisha, and he told her, "There's hundreds of years between Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Maryam, the sister of Aaron." Muhammad now he knew. So now he decided to fix it. So he told them they used to call them by their great prophets, but Aaron is not the great prophet in his time. What about Moses? Is Moses is the greater or Aaron? Plus, he made already a big poo-poo. He called the father of Moses the father of Mary, remember? Imran. Chapter of Ali Imran. In the Bible, the father of Moses, his name is Umram. Correct? So Muhammad, he made 2 poo-poo. Was one of them, they remind him of it, and he was able to try to defend it, to fix it. But already the poo-poo is getting bigger. So now Maryam is confirmed to be the daughter of Amram, which is the father of Maryam. Yes, Aaron, he have a sister, her name is Maryam. So the stupid Muhammad, he heard the Jews that Maryam is the sister of Aaron. He said to himself, "Oh, Maryam is sister of..." So Jesus now is the nephew of Moses. So now the family of Amran is blessed. There is a whole chapter about it. But Muhammad, if he have little education, he should know that Maryam have nothing to do with Amram. They are not even from the same tribe.
Yeah, I think Amran's like from the tribe of Levi or something.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
exactly. When Muhammad he mentioned that, he proved to us that he's ignorant, stupid. He heard the Jews saying things he don't know what they are saying. So they said Aaron, the brother of Mary. Yes, the Bible says that Mary, she have a brother, his name is Aaron, and she is the sister of Moses. But this is different, Maryam. This is not the same one. But then it's impossible to fix it because already in the Quran. So now Mary is sister of Aaron, and Mary is the daughter of Amran. And not only that, Muhammad continue, and he make more poo-poo. We know that the Quran says that the mother of Maryam, she make a vow, nadartu, right? What was the vow? Do you remember?
What exactly?
Chapter 3, verse 35, it says, when the wife of Amran, she said, "Oh my Lord, I have vowed to you that the child in my womb will be dictated to your service." Do you know how that destroyed the Quran?
Oh.
What vowed to be in your service mean?
What exactly?
Monk or nun. But the same stupid book says that monk or nun are fabrication of the Christians. So how how Mary she was accepted, or let's say by her mother promise to be a to be a nun, but monkhood or nun is a fabrication. This is chapter 9, verse number 31. All right. So taking having monks. Actually, this is about sorry, the Rahbaniya. This is the verse I want. Chapter 57, verse number 27. It says that becoming monks is their own fabrication. They've invented that. So taking a vow to be only in the service of God is a fabrication. Mary, in the Quran, she was in the service of God, and she is not even the one who made that promise. Like, can the parents make a promise in the name of the child? Obviously they can. And then the child, because his obedience, he obey. And then this child, Mary or Maryam, she lived in a monastery as a nun. No man see her. The only one can see her is Zechariah, as the Quran says. And then when Zechariah, he go to her, he found food in her room. Nobody see Mary. Nobody talked to Mary. She was what you call in Arabic habisa, like the nun who is jailed voluntarily. So she see no men, she see nothing in the world. She go inside the monastery, she never leave until she die. So according to the Quran, Allah, He provide Mary with food, with supply. So Zechariah, when he entered into Mary, he says, where is this food coming from? She said to him, Allah. So the stupid Quran is full of contradiction. One verses say something. Is that different reading too? This is contradiction, you know. So Zechariah, he entered in verse number 337. He entered upon her, and he to visit her in the mihrab. Mary is not only in the monastery, she is in the mihrab, and that is forbidden for the Jews. A woman, she cannot go to the holy corner in the temple. She is there, she lived there, she sleep there, according to the Quran. And Zechariah, he enter, and he see her, and he say, who is the one is supplying you with all these things? Mary, she say, this is from Allah. He provides sustenance to whom He wills without limit. So the same book says being a monk is false. The same book says Mary, she was nun, living in a monastery in the holy in the most holy corner in the temple, and she don't even have food from anyone except from God. It's just a stupid book. So this is beyond different reading and different, you know, this is just a stupid book. Muhammad is like a person who is suffering. He is a person, you know, suffering from flight of thoughts, and he learned every day something new. So he decided to put it in his book, and he forgot what he said yesterday. This is why in the Quran it says Allah will cause the Muslims to forget the Quran. Have you ever heard about a God says, I will make you read the Quran, recite the Quran, and you will never forget it? And then the same God says, we will make you forget. Which one? So Muhammad, he forgot Quran. Allah promised him not to forget Quran. The same Allah says to him, any verses we cause to be forgotten or abrogate or cause to be forgotten, delete, we will make something similar or better. Why Muhammad, he said such a statement, we will make something better? That is a big poo-poo, because God will make better Quran than the Quran.
Yeah, contradiction. Obviously. You know, this verse about Zechariah kind of like remind me of different verse, like Surah Maryam, number 7, when it talks about like يا زكريا بشرك بغلام اسمه يحيى
Yeah.
لم نجعل له من قبل سميا. Talks about how we have never named anyone John before until now. When historically there are like records of people named John even before Yahya ibn Zechariah.
There in that verse, the second the Quran used the word Yahya, the Quran is in trouble. Because do you know what Yahya mean?
John, basically.
Yeah, but what the name contain? This is coming from Yahweh. So when the stupid Quran, Zechariah, Yahya, those are Yahweh. You know? So how come Yahweh doesn't exist in the Quran? So how the name? Yeah, because if we go, let me ask the stupid chat GPT. I will ask Lily to ask her. Where is the word Zechariah coming from?
The word Zechariah comes from Hebrew. It's a masculine given name, and it's a theophoric name, meaning it contains the name of a deity. Specifically, it's composed of two Hebrew elements, Zekar, meaning to remember, Yai, Yah, a shortened form of YHWH, which is one of the names of God in Hebrew. Therefore, the name Zechariah means God remembers, or
So this is Yahweh. So how the stupid Muhammad, he copy names, he put them in the Quran, and those names will condemn Islam. Because Allah is the name of the God of Islam, not...
How is that, sorry for interrupting, but how is that exactly like a problem when it comes to Islam? Does Muhammad say in Hadith that he rejects the name Yahweh or something like?
I don't remember any hadith mention that, but I can do more research. But as long the Quran mention, and the Muslim they mention that Allah and Muhammad they mention 99 names, correct? Yet we cannot find Yahweh is between them, correct?
Yeah, but the 99 names is more of a human invention, wasn't it?
This is what?
Wasn't the 99 names sort of a human invention?
No problem, but if the Quran never contain it, and obviously the Hadith never contain it, because if it is, it's something I do not know, it should be in that 99 names. So more than 70% of the names of Allah are not even exist in the Quran. However, the Muslims agree that Allah have 99 names, but is any one of them is Yahweh? No. So how Zechariah, all the names actually expose Islam. Why the most important angel to Allah is Gabriel? Okay, if Gabriel is the most important angel for Allah, Gabriel expose Islam because the name does not belong to Allah. His name should be Gabriel Allah, not El. Mika Allah, not Mikael. So why the word El is not appearing in the Quran? Why it appear only with names Muhammad he stole from previous books? You know what I mean? Muhammad is he don't know. Muhammad he do not know. He thought those are just names. You know? Israel, he thought those are names. If he knew what Israel mean, he should not add it in the Quran. If he knew what Zechariah mean, should not add it in the Quran. Mikael, Gabriel, Azrael, all the name. He do not know what they mean. Like the Quran, I don't know if you have old copies of the Quran. There was verses where it says Ibrahim and verses says Abraham. Okay, which one is correct? Because Ibrahim cannot be the same as Abraham. You know, who is it? Because it's not the same. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. You see, you don't add letters to the words. Like in English, when we say,
sorry for jumping, but doesn't that also happen with like the name Jesus? Like the Assyrians call him Aishu.
Yeah, I was going there before you stopped me. But you see, this is just different languages. Like in the Aramaic, sometimes the letter S pronounced as Shin, sometimes as Sin. So Shams, the same word, Sams, which means sun, Shams. All right. So Yeshua, like in Arabic, you speak Arabic. What is the name written in your Bible? Yeshua, correct?
Yeah, the Bible is Yeshua.
Yeah, the Hebrew, they say Yeshua, the same letter. It's not different name. This is the language. All right. But here,
Yeah, but
in the case of Ibrahim, no,
sorry for changing the subject, but it's kind of like a fast question. Do you think the name Isa is the name as like in Jesus, but like different?
let us focus first in Abraham. We'll go to Isa. Ibrahim.
Sure.
If I ask the Muslim, what Ibrahim mean? There's no meaning, because this is not an this word does not exist. This is why I'm saying adding this letter change everything, because you see, what the Bible says about Abraham and about his wife. God, he gave letter H or aha ha to the name of Abraham and the name of Sarah. So their name, the original name, does not have the letter ha or H. So God gave this letter as a presenting, or to add the spirit of God to the name. So Sarai became Sarah. Abram became Abraham. Muhammad copying the names. He do not know what they mean, but by copying the name, he destroyed Islam, because Islam does not believe God is a spirit. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I'm getting it. That's actually a very valid point, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so it's not valid name for the mythology of Islam. The name itself will expose Islam. Do you now believe that Allah has a spirit? The Muslim will say no. So how you accept the name of Abraham to be in your Quran, or even Ibrahim? But because Muhammad is an idiot, he do not know that this is not really his name. God gave him Abraham. He gave him that letter to him and to his wife Sarah. Muhammad, because he's copying names, he do not know what they mean, and that always will be him in trouble. Will make it easier for us. Now going to Jesus. Jesus versus Yeshua versus Isa. If you try to find, you will not find one Arab Christians he called the Messiah Isa, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So why we don't have this name? Because obviously this is not an Arabic word, and it is not a Hebrew word, and it's not a Greek word. You know?
Yeah, but my theory is that Muhammad probably took it from the Assyrians, because the Assyrians call him Aishu, and the name, like Islamic Arabic, is Isa. And
okay,
there are like some similarities between them. Don't you agree?
The Assyrian, they call him what?
Aishu.
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 That is coming from the Greek word Isos.
Kind of. Probably.
Because they don't have the some letters, you know, so they are using the Greek word. So either Muhammad is trying to copy the Greek, and he add a letter is not there, copying the Assyrian as you said, or he is making up a new name. Doesn't matter what name he's using. This is never mentioned in the Bible.
I mean, now I think maybe he took it from the Greeks, because he even took the name Iblis. Iblis is originally a Greek name, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Biblos, yeah. Iblis, yeah. All the names prove him to be false. He take names he don't know what they mean, and by adding them to his book, he exposed himself. You know, Muhammad is like an identity theft person, and then the police ask him where you are born, he don't remember. You know, like he steal information from others, but you do not know where he got the information from and what they mean. That's why Muhammad forbid the Muslims from asking questions. Like when
he would like get like very angry if people like keep asking the same questions, especially when it comes to like fate and destiny. I mean, Muhammad sometimes when he talks about destiny, he sometimes says that it's all controlled by Allah. Sometimes he says that it's controlled by the humans themselves.
In fact,
he doesn't even know himself.
If you go right now and you speak Arabic, you go to Google and search Islamic tafsir, what the word Masih mean. you will find every Muslim give you different meaning. One of them, that he was called the Messiah because he have a flat feet. Can you believe it? He have a flat feet. Jesus have a flat feet. He will not be accepted in the army. You know, if you go to join the army, before you enter to the physical test, they have a mate, wet mate. You step on it to see if your feet are flat right away. So Jesus, if he applied to the army, he will not be accepted. You have a flat feet. They are so ignorant in the language, in the religion. Mary, she become part of the Trinity. The Messiah become a flat feet. Abraham did not know what they mean. Adam did not know what they mean. Israel did not know what they mean. Gabriel did not know. All those words have nothing to do with them, because Muhammad is a thief. Can the Quran be a book by itself? It cannot, because it's an empty book. If we ask any Muslim now, if any Muslim would like to join us, tell me. Anyone can tell me where I can find what the word Abraham mean in Islam? Anyone can tell me what Moses mean? Isa mean? Even Allah mean? Even Allah. They don't know. Because all those words are stolen from other belief, other religion, other culture. They don't know.
Yeah.
Why the Kaaba called Kaaba? They don't know. Why Mecca called Mecca? They don't know. They start giving you guessing.
Yes.
That's why every one of them, you see, they have different interpretation for the same book. Go ahead. Did I lose you? Okay, I think, I don't know. Maybe you have to go. Zadim, go ahead, Zadim. Zadim, sorry. Are you there? Zadim? Guys, do you hear me? Did I lose my voice in Discord? No sound? Okay, we don't hear Abu Lahab if he's talking, I don't know. Are you there, Abu Lahab?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, like I asked you earlier, the name Injil or Gospel means like good news, basically.
Injil, yeah, Injil. And this is the word Muhammad he stole. And that is actually additional problem. Because if Muhammad he called the gospel of Jesus Injil, and then the same Muhammad he say, Allah never sent a messenger except in the tongue of his own people. Correct? So if the name of my book is German, what is the text inside the book will be?
Deutsch.
It's going to be German. So if Allah never sent any messenger except in the tongue of his people, so they can understand. So he have to be from them, which means Jesus have to be Greek. Not only he speak a Greek, he have to be from the Greek. It says, ما أرسلنا من رسول بلسان قومه. Right? Does it say قومه? Which mean his people. His people. So if the book of Jesus called Injil, that means based on this, Jesus must be Greek. And Muhammad taking a Greek name of Jesus, applying it to the Greek book of Jesus, making Jesus a Greek person. This is how stupid Muhammad is. Yeah. So the names.
Yeah, my point. Yeah, but my point wasn't this exactly. My point was that I mean, if I'm not actually mistaken, you can correct me, but I've heard a while ago that the word "good news" or "gospel" was usually said on like like an animal that you sacrifice for your God. Like this animal be breaking the gospel, as in the good news of like salvation.
I don't understand. Can you say again? You are speaking fast. I couldn't understand you. Say again.
Sure. So basically, I heard from like a guy called Adam al-Masri. Have you heard of Adam al-Masri before?
Who?
Adam al-Masri. Yeah, never mind. So anyway, he said
Adam.
He's like an expression basically debating Muslims. He said that the word gospel exactly means good news, as in it's something you'd call an animal that you be sacrificing for the God. So by Muhammad saying that Jesus brought the gospel, it's like Muhammad saying that Jesus brought salvation, as in to die for their sin, the same as we say to an animal, you know. Am I correct here?
No, I don't know who is this guy. Is that the atheist guy?
He has an he's like the
Yeah, this guy. I
Egyptian.
made a video. I wiped the floor
Yeah.
with him. Yeah, he's a potato. You know. Yeah. When somebody says something, always ask him where you get this from. All right. I can say things now. Like, did I say anything to you without showing you on the screen? Ask him
Yeah.
where you get this from, and then we can see what he's talking about. They make things up. Secondly, how in the world that it's mean good news and this is about animals? How that work?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sorry, come again?
How this is called good news and it's about animals?
I mean, it's more of the salvation that the animals kind of bring.
No, you see, first of all, salvation is not done by animals. Sacrifice in Christianity is not done by animals. It's done by Jesus, correct? So
Yeah, but I'm talking like before Jesus. The Jews used to, like, even today they like sacrifice chickens and cows, whatever.
they are not no, the sacrifice, my friend, is not about even salvation. The Jews, they give sacrifice because when God destroys cities, he gave them a sign. You do this. So they do, like, you heard of something called the Passover?
Yeah, you
Oh.
know, the grammar rule.
All right. So the Jews, they celebrate occasion in their life. So remembering what God he gave them and what God did to them. But sacrifice, when Abraham, when God he asked him to sacrifice, is that because Abraham would be saved if he sacrificed?
I mean, his sins will be clean, but no, he won't be saved.
No. Abraham is already believing in God. Is he saved or not saved?
He is saved.
So he did not need to sacrifice. The sacrifice was that God, he want to give message to Abraham. In the same time, even the Muslim, they come and say, well, this is a test to Abraham to see how good he is in belief. But it's way deeper than this. So when God, he asked Abraham to give sacrifice, not because Abraham will be saved if he did it or not, but because God will give a message that the sacrifice is going to be my sacrifice, not yours. So always a human being, like if we go in the Quran and we type the word Qurban. Qurban is not an Arabic word. You see it? Qurban, Qurban, Qurban. From the time of Adam, according to the Muslims, Qurban is practiced. Even the children of Adam, all right? And Allah even make a condition in the Jews that when you want to examine a prophet of God, if he is true or not, he gives sacrifice, and then I will send a fire to consume the sacrifice. So the Qurban, the sacrifice, was for many reasons: to approve somebody or disapprove, or message from God about his own sacrifice. So when the Quran says وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذَبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, بِذَبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, a great sacrifice. So Allah, he himself, he gave sacrifice instead of Abraham. I'm sure you know the story, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Why God gave sacrifice? Is that because God is giving animal? Is that God? Is God saving himself? Is God need salvation?
No, it doesn't.
So God himself is giving sacrifice. So this idiot, he think that sacrifice is the same as the pagan, like the God is angry, so we sacrifice to him, so he will not be angry from us. This is not the case. As you see, even the stupid Quran could not hide the truth. So when God, he asked Abraham to sacrifice his son, and you will notice here, God is not asking Abraham to sacrifice an animal, correct? It is his son.
Yeah, that's correct.
So there's no animal involved. God is not asking for an animal. He said, your son. This is the son which Abraham was waiting for long. His wife, she is old. It's a miracle to have a son. And then God gave him this miracle. And then God himself is saying, do this. Abraham either have to obey or disobey. Abraham is a very obedient person. And the son is obedient too, because the son, he can say no. The son agree with the father. So both are obedience. So the obedience do not need to sacrifice. God, he sent his sacrifice. And the Quran says clearly we ransomed him with a great sacrifice, i.e. a ram. Why God need to ransom somebody with sacrifice? This is a question the Muslim cannot answer. And this idiot Adam, he's just a fool. He makes things up. And I watched one of his videos before. I died laughing. I made a video about him. People, they say to me, let him, the guy is now in jail, you know, poor guy. I don't care. He's an idiot. So the sacrifice, when they give the sacrifice, they are not, it's not for the sake of salvation. God will not save you because you gave a chicken or a ram. God don't eat it. And we are not pagan. God himself, he gave sacrifice. To tell you, I will send you my own sacrifice, which is a great sacrifice. As the Quran says, Azim. One of the names of Allah is what? Al-Azim, correct? Okay. Azimun, Jabbarun, La'imun, whatever. So Allah is Azim. Yeah, Allah is Azim. This sacrifice called Azim. Why it's called Azim? Because this is the sacrifice of God, not the sacrifice of man. So when the Muslims, they say, why God need to send his son, sacrifice his son? I will ask you the same question, Muslims. Why Allah need to send the sacrifice? Why need to send a ransom? What ransom? To who? Allah, the Muslim, they will say, oh, so God, he sacrificed to God? This is what they say to you when you say Jesus, he sacrificed, you know, himself for our sin. Oh, so Jesus, he died for your sin. Can Jesus forgive your sin without doing this? Okay, no problem. Here we go. Abraham, he commit no sin. He obeyed God. Yet, your God, they are copying the story from the Bible. He sent sacrifice instead of Isaac, not instead of animal. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So who is going to save Isaac and the people of Isaac and the children of Abraham? The sacrifice which is going to come from heaven. That is the ransom. And that is Jesus. So the good news is not about sacrificing animals, as this idiot he said. Is about we have hope, we have salvation by the coming of Christ, not only by Christ sacrificed himself in the cross, because the Christ coming to earth is sacrifice too. God humbled himself, that is sacrifice. God, he walked on the earth, that is sacrifice. God being insulted, that is sacrifice. All of this is God humbling himself, except all this against him is sacrifice. And the top sacrifice he did is when he died in the cross. So only ignorant, they say such stupid, ignorant statement.
I mean, maybe I like misunderstood him or whatever, but I don't know, like his whole point was that how the name Injil kind of like destroys the whole Quran.
The name of Injil have nothing to do with animals. That's stupid, first. Secondly, I mentioned to you, the name Injil will destroy the Quran because simply this is a Greek word. This is number one mistakes of Muhammad. And that will make Jesus. You see, we don't want to make theories and fictions like those people they do, like this Adam. I can make theory now. I can say Muhammad does not exist. Theory is a theory, you know, stupid. Either you can prove it, or you shut up. You know, if you have reference, show us. If you are making things up, people will laugh at you. I never say anything about Muhammad, like fabricate things just to gain a point. If I say something, like now you asked me, you said if there is any hadith about there is no Yahweh, correct? I was honest with you. I said I never heard it before. I can say yes, oh yeah, there is. But that will be not right. I never heard it. So I'm not going to approve or disapprove. You know, I can say what the Quran is saying, what the hadith is saying, and we have the 99 names of Allah. If I find ever a hadith like that, I will put it in the screen right away. You never know, it might be exist. You know, there's nobody can claim full knowledge of the garbage of Muhammad. This religion is a collection of garbage in these books. So you will finish your life before you finish reading about the stupidity of Islam. And as you know, every Islamic sect, they have different books. So you might find something like that in different book, in different sect, somewhere. Like the first time I heard that there's hadith says, when Allah decided to create himself, he made the horses sweat, and then he created himself from the sweat of the horses. I could not believe that there's such a thing. How in the world somebody, guys, don't post those stupid pictures in the chat, please. Come on, ugly. How even a human being will think for a second that his God is created from the sweat of donkeys, because horse is a donkey anyway. Hard to believe. But if I mention it and I cannot find the reference, people will accuse me of lying. So I know this reference, but I never mention it until they publish it in the internet. Because if I mention it, people will say, what is the reference? I say the reference, this is he lying. It doesn't say that. But now I have the reference in front of my hand. I can say, okay, here we go. We go to this book, we read, let us put it in the screen, even in Arabic. Until now, there's no translation for this hadith. Right? But now at least we have a proof. So anyway, my advice to you, atheist or a Christian or a Muslim, when he says something to you, ask him where.
Yeah,
If you
so
don't,
that's for stars.
if you do not know, so you are speaking without knowledge, you know. If he say somewhere, okay, show us, you know, and then you can do, you can go and you know, search yourself and see if you can find such a thing. And then if you find it, then he's saying the truth. Maybe he heard it somewhere, but you know, but anyone he claimed to have knowledge, he have to come with reference.
I mean, I believe he came with a reference in the video. I can send to you, but it's like in Arabic. Is that a problem?
You sure you can give it to me? I will put it right now in the screen.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So I'll send you the here.
All right.
What I think I sent you the wrong video. Give me a second.
Send it in the chat in Discord.
Yeah. I mean, that's even a little nice.
What usually people would do, they will no, I don't want the video. Give me the reference. I'm not going to play the video. Give me the reference he mentioned. He said he mentioned reference.
Yeah, I said I believe he did. I mean, he like showed a lot of source, whatever inside the video. You know.
You see, any source, I can show you tons of source. Any source is not Christian source is not a source. So he can show you as much as you want. If I open his
experience an incredible.
if I open his video, let us see how long the video.
It's like a half an hour. I mean, you can like skip one.
That is long.
Yeah, he was like responding to some Muslim that tried to refute him. I can't find the original video.
Yeah, but this is not the way to respond. Let us see if I can go.
يرد عليا بالسرعة دي يبقى ما اعتقدش ان الفيديو بتاعي كان تافه برضه.
You can like skip for like 15 minutes. It's like,
okay, but do you know exactly where?
Yeah, stop here. Yeah, I think it's here.
ده كان عمق الحجة بتاعتي. سميها بسورة، سميها بشورة، سميها زي ما تسميها، انما ما ينفعش لفظ انجيل من ايفانجيليون باليوناني بالذات. ليه؟ هل عشان اللفظ يوناني؟ هل لو حضرتك اثبتت ان المسيح كان بيتكلم يوناني كده المشكلة اتحلت؟ برضو لا. لان انا مشكلتي مع اللفظ اليوناني ده تحديدا وليس اللغة اليونانية عموما.
Yeah, there's no subtitle, so we can translate to people.
Yeah, that's quite
Anyway, you see, I believe that both of them, they are playing deception game, you know. So you notice here he's saying the Greek word, right? I will give you an example. You heard about the word gay, right? You know what gay mean, right?
Gray isn't the color? What do you want?
Gay.
Oh, you homosexual, yeah, dude.
But this is not true. Gay mean happy. So if he want to go and say this word was used somewhere, somehow, that is false, because Christians is the one who named their book in such a way, not only in the Greek, in other languages too, because the Bible is not only written in one language. So it's mean the good news and mean the good news only. Good news of what? Of salvation. Have nothing to do with animals. So this guy, he's been an idiot, the same as the Abdul. The Abdul tried to refute him using.
To be honest, when I say animals, I'll just give an example. It's not real something he said. I didn't really think that was a problem here. He didn't really say animals.
I don't know. It's you who watched the video. I don't know. I'm just responding based on what you said. It's you who said that, so I don't know. You have to be sure what he said. Yeah, but for us, my friend, for us, it's not up to this guy and that guy. The Injil is simply in Arabic the word bishara, correct? Bishara. It's a glad tiding. It is like you receive a news. It's not about animals or something physical. It is a news, announcement of a good news, happiness. All right. So when we go in the New Testament, or even we go back to the Greek words, you see the logos as an example in the Greek language used by the pagans, the same word. When John he wrote the gospel, he is not coming with a new word. There is tons of debate about the word logos by the Greek pagans. So the logos is very well known by them. So John, he presented God to them in the language they knew. So he used the word logos, which they knew very well, and they studied so deep. Can I say that the logos of the Greek is the same as the logos of the Christians? No. Can I say that the word gay of the homosexual is the same as the word gay written in the old Bible translation? No. The word gay in the old Bible mean happy. Happy person. Happy day. The word gay today is used for homosexual. The rainbow in the Old Testament is a promise of God of no flood. The rainbow today is homosexual. So only idiots who try to understand what Christians believe based in something is not exist, not for the Christians. When we speak about Muhammad making a mistake using the word Injil, because that will make Muhammad making Jesus a Greek person. Otherwise, the word Injil is a true word, is approved by us, and it's true. Nothing wrong with it. And we Christians, until now in Arabic, we use the word Injil, correct? Every single Christian. In fact, the word Injil for the Christians is used for all the book, the Old Testament and the New Testament. When I say I'm reading Injil, even though it's supposed to be just the New Testament, but we mean to use it in the language for both. You hear me?
And it kind of like a weird question about what was the Old Testament also named Injil? What kind of good news does it bring?
The good news in the Old Testament, as an example, if you go to Isaiah, you read chapter 7, chapter 9, chapter in the book of Isaiah, you will see that there is a good news about the one, the Messiah will be born to us. He will be the Prince of Peace, God Almighty, the government in his shoulder. That is the good news. It's not necessary to mention the word exactly. So it's a mistake to think, like, do we have a word is called the Trinity in the Bible?
No, you don't.
Okay, so what is, if there is no Trinity, do the Muslim have the word Tawheed in the Quran? No.
No, they don't.
Okay,
No.
so if it's necessary to use exactly the same word, then we can say, okay, well, it have to be used. But we will know, we will find out that the same word can be exist in the Old Testament, but it is in different description, a Hebrew word. Like the same as in any language, the word can be translated, and the Bible and even the Old Testament, written in many languages. Like we know that the first Greek translation for the Hebrew Bible was done in Alexandria. You know that? The city of Alexandria, when the Jews there, they struggle with the language because most of people they start speaking the Greek language. So they find themselves they will be disconnected, and their kids will not be able to carry on their faith. So what they did, they gathered together, and I think it's called the translation of the 70. Translation of the 70. So they gathered together to translate the Old Testament to the Greek language. But when you translate, you will not use exactly the same word. So you might find in the translation in the New Old Testament the word good news, the word Injil, but this is not in the original one. It's a translation now. The Bible in Greek language, at the end of the day, is a translation of what Jesus said. The Greek people are not Hebrew, they are not from Israel, and when Jesus was speaking to them, as we know, he was speaking either in Hebrew, and obviously it was mixed with Aramaic. Jesus, he knew Greek for sure. He spoke to the Romans. So for sure he knew the language too. And he's the Lord, he speaks all languages. Even his disciples, they spoke all languages. So when we have the book in the Greek language, is going to use the Greek words, not Hebrew words. So people can understand it. The only thing can not be changed is the names. But any name is a meaning is going to be different, because you have to match the meaning, not the word only. You know what I mean?
So that can explain why the original New Testament was written in Greek, because Greek was like the main language back then, the same as English nowadays.
The Old Testament was not written in Greek, no.
No, sorry, I mean the New Testament.
No, the New Testament is written in many languages, not only in Greek language too. But I'm talking about I'm talking about the Greek one.
I'm talking about like the main one, the first one.
Yeah, you see, the disciple, they went and spoke to nations. So when Paul, he go to Rome, is he going to speak Hebrew?
No.
Okay, so he will speak a Greek. But doesn't mean that Paul, he heard what he heard from God was in a Greek. Right? He is a Jew. His language is a Jewish language. So he will receive messages of God in his language. So when he go and teach, he don't have to use the same language because people can't understand. Like we as a Christian, we pray to God, we praise him in every language. It doesn't matter if you are an Arab or a Jew, a Hebrew, or a Greek, or this is what the Bible says. So you praise him in any language, and God, he can understand you. But if I speak to you in a language you don't understand, how in the world you are going to know God if you don't understand me? Like when David, he speak to the pagan, he's speaking in which language? Same as all kings or prophets in the history of the Bible. So language is an act of communication, is not the purpose. It's not the purpose. God, he speak to Moses in a language, but when God, he spoke to Abraham, that language wasn't exist yet. Correct? So God spoke to Abraham in his own language. God spoke to Moses in his own language. God spoke to Adam in a very basic language. There's no languages. So God speak languages to communicate, not because the language itself is the purpose or it's holy. But the whole point about Muhammad using the words, those words will expose him, because those words will demolish his belief. It's not about, if Muhammad he say in Arabic, so Jesus gave them the good news, there's no problem with that. But using the word Injil, he got himself busted. You know what I mean? If he used the meaning in Arabic, bishara, like, okay, if you go in the Quran, you will see something, you will see the word bishara appear. You know that? Do you know that?
Sure.
Bashara, 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 Bashara. And then when it's come to Mary, look what it says. Yubashiruka, to Yahya and to Mary. In Yahya, in the case of Yahya, which means John, he says, Yubashiruka bi Yahya musaddiqan bi kalimatullah min Allah. In the case of Maryam, it says, Ya Maryam, inna Allah yubashiruki bi kalimatin minhu. This is in total agreement with the Bible. Total agreement. This is the gospel. You know, God will give you a glad tiding. You see the word Injil? But Muhammad now here did not make a mistake, because he used the Arabic language. Using the word Injil, simply that means Mary, she must be a Greek person. And the messenger, he was sent to a Greek people, because Allah, he made it clear he will never send any messenger except in the tongue of his people. So here he used the word Bishara, which is in total agreement with the Arabic Bible too, and even the Greek one. So our problem is not the word meaning, our problem the word itself. Because that word, according to the Quran, should not be used unless the person is belong to that language, and he is belong to those people who speak that language. You got my point?
Yeah, I got your point. But speaking of which, you kind of like remind me of the story of Samari. You know, it's Surah Taha number 85, whatever.
Yeah.
Muslims usually, you know, like it's a clear problem when it comes to like a Samari existing in the time of Moses. You know, because Samaris only exist like hundreds of years after Moses.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Muslims always come to the idea that, you know, the word Samari in Hebrew means Shammaron. And I spoke to a few Jewish people, and they told me Shammaron can be used like to point out that someone is a guard, or like someone you can trust with your belongings, whatever. You know, that's like the original meaning of it, like a savior or protector. And the Quran has like a very long history of you borrowing a lot of foreign words. So, what is the proper response to this?
You see, this is the same what we are saying, that Muhammad, he didn't know what the word mean, so he just threw them there. But by throwing there, you know, without knowing the meaning, he put himself in trouble. Right? And not only history is wrong, there's hundreds of years between Moses and the Samaritan. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So it is for our, let us say, best that Muhammad is an idiot. Is going to be more difficult to expose the lies of Muhammad if he was smart, if he was educated. So using those words will help us to expose him today. So we are thankful that he is using them. You know? Yeah, we should be thankful. Yeah, because those are the point where you can expose that Muhammad is an idiot who do not know what he's talking about. Okay? Like when you say, فَمَا خَطْبُكَ يَا Samiri. Samiri is not a name. Cannot be a name. Yeah. So when Muhammad, he used this sentence, he's just making a big poo-poo. He is making it clear that this is not a name of a person. That is a person. His ethnic is a Samari. So how the Samari, he met with Moses? How in the world they came to exist together? Idiot. No? Yeah.
I recall once asking a Muslim about this problem. I shit you not. He literally told me maybe Samari was a time traveler. I'm like, you fucking with you.
He was what? Traveler?
A time traveler.
Time traveler. Yeah. Well, Muhammad, he always travel in time, you know. Like when Moses and Adam, they have a debate. How in the world does debate happen? You know? How Adam, he met with Moses? Where they met? I mean, how they can meet? And how Muhammad, he heard the conversation? And from which book he got this conversation? Muhammad is just a fool. He copy names. He copy. This is why in the Quran, if you go in the chapter of At-Tawbah, Al-Bara'ah, it says that Muhammad is an udhun. What does that mean? He is an ear.
An ear. Yeah.
Anything you say to him, he put it in his book. That's what ear means. It's an insult. That's why it says here, they try to hurt the Prophet. By what? By saying he is an ear. This is not about Muhammad, he listened to you. No. Muhammad, he listened and he adopt what you say. Like a Jewish guy, he walked by, he told Muhammad, you are practicing paganism, you are not monotheist. Did Muhammad debate the guy? No. He just told them, he told the Muslims to do as he said. The guy accused Muhammad clearly that he is committing shirk. He is polytheist. Muhammad, he was so subdued and he accepted what the Jewish guy said. And as you see, this is sahih. It was narrated from Abdullah ibn Yasir, from Qutayba, from a woman from Juhayna, that a Jew came to the Prophet and he said to him, you are setting up rivals to Allah and associating other with him. Look at the crazy accusation. Muhammad is a mushrik. The Jew, he just told him, you are a filthy pagan mushrik. You worship someone with God. Did Muhammad scream at him? Did Muhammad argue? Did Muhammad debate? No. He did exactly what the Jew says to fix it. So look what he says. You say whatever Allah wills, and you will. And you say by the Kaaba, they swear by the Kaaba, they are pagan. So the Prophet command them, if they want to swear on oath, to say by the Lord of the Kaaba, and to say whatever Allah wills and what you will. So if Muhammad is a person sent by Allah, who is the one should correct Muhammad about how to say things, Allah or a Jew? Especially this is about monotheism. Obviously Muhammad here is trying to build a religion and he don't know, he have no education of what monotheism mean. And he took the Jews as his rabbis. So a Jewish guy, he said, he accept what the Jewish guy said because those are people of knowledge and he is a donkey. And this is how the Jews actually, they put him in trouble in many places. All right?
Yeah, speaking about like, the original subject summary, I've heard from a guy called Brother Richard, if you have heard of him before.
You mean Rashid?
Yeah, Rashid Hamadi. Yeah, in English his name is Brother Richard, basically.
Okay.
So, I've heard him, he had like a theory basically that because of how common hatred was among the Jews and Samaritans, Muhammad just thought himself that maybe because of his hatred, that maybe the one who made the cow was a calf was actually a Samaritan.
No, I don't believe with this theory. I love this brother. He is a very wonderful person. I think what happened, the Jews usually, they trap Muhammad. So they give him false information to test him. It's like now, you can give me something, it's false, I agree with you. All right? So you can tell me now, in the history, in the year of etc., this happened, and then I claim that I have knowledge, I'm prophet of God. I said, yeah, it happened at that time, and then everybody will be laughing in the background, right? Because I just acknowledged a lie, which everybody knows it's a lie. So I think that what the Jews, they were doing always, they feed him false information to expose him. As an example, I don't know if you know the hadith about when a Jew, he came to Muhammad, he asked him, he says, I will ask you 3 questions, only prophet of God know them. You know the answer. Do you know the hadith?
Yeah, of course I know. And then he asked him about how a gender is created by God, and Muhammad gave him like false scientific knowledge, came by Greece.
Yeah, and he told him, Jibreel, he just told me, right? Jibreel had just told me. And the question is, what is the first meal? And etc., what will happen in the day of... And then how the baby resemble his parents.
Yeah,
all right?
by gender.
Yeah.
Muhammad said like a series that was famous with the Greeks from at the front, basically.
He said
Like how like
if the man have orgasm first, the baby will look like the father, will be a male and look like him. If the women have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl. So I believe that this was not a coincidence of like just a question. I think the Jews, they were making fun of him to get him busted, and Muhammad, he fell into the trap. Actually, the question itself showing you how stupid Muhammad is. If I come to you right now and I say, I will ask you a question, only prophet of God know the answer for them. And then the guy who is asking the question, he knew the answer for them. Isn't it mean that he's a prophet too? You know what I mean?
yeah, it's either like a fabrication from Bukhari or like
No. I don't believe it. I think the Jews, they are just making fun of Muhammad. He's stupid. Shouldn't Muhammad say to him, okay, hold on. If only prophet of God know the answer, how come you know the answers? Are you a prophet of God? So the Muslims, they are so proud about this story, but the same story proves that Muhammad is an idiot, is a fraud, and the Jewish guy is making fun of him, and Muhammad is stupid. Because now we have two prophets. We have the guy who's asking the question, his name is Abdullah ibn Salam, and Muhammad knew the answer. But remember, only a prophet can answer. Only. How the guy, he knew the answer too? He's just stupid, like he's just dummy. It's like a child, making stories. And the Jews, so the Jews, they keep putting him in a trap after trap, and he is like a mule. He keeps falling into the trap. This is why at the end, Muhammad, he hated them very much. He wanted to kill them all. Because trap after trap, he was exposed by them horribly. The same as the story of Zulqarnain. The same as the story of the seven sleepers. All those questions came to him from the Jews. They make fun of him. And the donkey, he took the bait. Muhammad is like a mice, but he never learned. He fell in the trap first time. He come and he eat again. He fell in trap again. The Jews, they take him from the trap, let him go free. They laugh at him. Okay, go. He come back again and again and again. And then here, when he say, Jibreel just told me, and then they said, the Jews, they said, oh, Jibreel, the enemy of the Jews? Have you ever heard of a Jew will say Jibreel is his enemy? They are laughing at him. They are making fun of him. So now Muhammad, he think, oh, Gabriel is the enemy of the Jews. Ah. Who is the one saying, who is the one who said to him that? The Jewish guy. Ibn Salam is the one who said, aha, Jibreel, the enemy of the Jews, he said that to you?
doesn't make any sense.
Why a Jew will say Jibreel, the enemy of the Jews, says that to you? And if Jibreel is the enemy of the Jews, so who's the God of the Jews? No, I mean, if this is an angel of God mentioned in their book, how Jibreel become the enemy? Muhammad, he take whatever they say to him. Here we go, he put it. Oh, the enemy of the Jews, Jibreel is the enemy of the Jews. Okay. Yeah. And then he says, okay, as for the sign of the hour, will be a fire that will collect people from the east and the west. And I bet you, if you go and search in the Talmud, you will find this. And then he continue. They ask him, what is the first meal in the paradise? Have you ever heard of a stupid question like this? What do you mean the first meal? First meal in paradise? What is that?
He just made it. He just made like a random ass. Like
They are making fun of him. Muhammad, he told them actually not the fish liver. He it's not the fish, it's the whale. You see, the whale have a part in his body, in his sexual organs, make a hormone. You heard of the word amber?
You mean the rice or?
I don't know what they call it in English. Amber.
You mean like the vomit of like a whale?
Yeah.
It's also called amber.
Yeah. So
basically.
they will eat from that, and that supposedly will increase their sexual appetites and make them powerful in bed. And then, this is the first meal, not the fish liver. This is a lie, translation.
Yeah, I can see.
And it doesn't say fish, it says in Arabic, it says hoot. You know? They always lie in translation. If you read here, where is the word hoot? See the word hoot. Whale.
Well, yeah.
The whale.
Yeah. So, and then Muhammad, he continued making poo-poo, claimed that Jibreel told him that the reason the baby resembled the parents, if the man have orgasm first, the baby will resemble the father. If the women discharge first, the baby will resemble the mother. And for sure, the Jews, they were dying laughing at him. All right?
I mean, how dare you like to laugh? It's scientific miracle.
Yes, absolutely. This is why if I get married, I will never have orgasm first. I don't want my son to look like me. Horrible, you know?
Yeah, recall some retard called Haytham Talat. You've 100% heard of him, right? Haytham Talat.
Who?
Haytham Talat is like an Islamic apologetic. He's like the dumbest person alive, to be honest. He mostly debate like atheists and whatever. You know, people like me. He doesn't debate Christians, so I'm not real surprised if you haven't heard of him. Yeah, he actually tried to save the Quran from this mistake, and he said this new study, brand new, that says that actually a women's vagina is capable of accepting like chromosome Y, chromosome X sperm if you like put like what is the thing in English? Khal. What's in English?
Khal vinegar.
Vinegar, yeah. He said if you put pure vinegar in like a woman's vagina, it will kind of like change the gender of the child based on like based on acidic chemicals. And the study itself was actually made 120 years ago.
You see, this guy, bring him to me. Ask him, do you dare to come to me? Because I will wipe the floor of him in 2 seconds. Based on what he said. Yeah, well, he will never dare. Yeah, if you read here, you will see that the gender is the last thing Allah decide, not the first thing. Based in science, the first thing is the gender, right? Because now he changed the acidic concentration of the vagina, and that will change the gender, correct? So there's many sperm coming inside, and then the level of the acid in the women will decide, because certain kind of semen will die, and certain kind of semen will survive, and that will make the gender one superior to the other, because they don't get a chance to reach the egg. But this guy, he forgot that his God, he mentioned and he explained how it worked in the Quran and in the Hadith. The last thing Allah decide is his gender. You see it? All of this is authentic. The last thing, not the first thing. So after he became a alaqa, and then a mudgha, and then a khalq, then Allah, the angel will ask Allah, is it a male or a female? And this is simply totally against science. Like when his prophet says it's stay for 45 days. All right? So the last thing Allah will did is the gender, when in science is the opposite. The gender is already decided from the first second, because the semen, which is fertilizing the egg, either going to be, gender is there in the semen, either is going to be female or male. Muhammad again is stupid, and whoever tried to defend him is a mule. Yeah.
Even speaking about which in general comes to like all these scientific miracles in the Quran, whatever. What do you think is like the best argument against Islam? Either the Qur'an is the scientific miracles and how they sometimes like disprove of Islam instead of vice versa.
The best argument is to use the Muslim argument.
Which is?
Anyone. Like now, we are talking about what he said. Don't give him argument. Tell him, okay, I agree with you. Let us take it into test. Can he deny it? He just said
Like,
if we change the acidic of the women private part, right, in the womb, we can change the gender, correct? So did
yeah,
his,
so we said.
so this is the prophet lie? Thank you very much. Use his logic. See?
I mean,
Yeah, because
yeah.
either he have to believe that I can change the gender as he said, or it is Allah who decide the gender. Which one? Either he have to believe that we can change it even before it happened, or it's the last thing it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Either it's about who have orgasm first, discharge. And Muhammad described the discharge as what it is. This is not about a chromosome. It's about the liquid the women she see coming out of her vagina. It's not a chromosome. It's not even a semen. The women she have a liquid Muhammad described as yellow and thin. So the best argument when you speak to Muslims is to use their stupidity. Let him speak. He will make poo-poo. Use the poo-poo he just made. Throw it back at him.
Yeah, but I mean, like, by using your own expertise, what is the shortest argument or debate that you have ever had with like Muslims in general? Not like one or two like Muslims, when it comes to like one mistake in the Quran or like Islam. Yeah.
There is nothing called the shortest. You see, it depends on how much game player the person you are speaking to. Because, you know, the Muslims, the second, like now, I will show them this reference here. They will say it doesn't mean that. This is da'if hadith. You are using, this is your understanding. So, the short argument is you say the truth. But doesn't mean you will be over with, because the Muslims, as usual, they will deny whatever you give them. Muslims, they live in denial. They don't go by the truth. And lying is allowed in Islam. You know, lying is, you can lie to your friends, your enemies, and to your wife, your husband. So who's left? So there's no short argument. There's short argument for when somebody is honest, decent. He see it right away that you are being decent. Like now, I'm showing. It says it clearly how the baby is made. As simple as that. There's no chromosome. It's about who discharged first. So if he is decent, he will say, yes, it says that. If he's not, he will say, oh, this is about the chromosome. If the chromosome of the man is more than the chromosome of the women, then the baby will resemble the father. That's false. This is about who comes first. It says it clearly, discharged. You know? And this is mentioned in many places in the Quran. So there's no shortest, it's about how decent the person you are talking to.
Yeah, I guess syllabus and taught is actually a very good point, to be honest. Yeah.
But anyway,
I know what I think.
always use what they say. Try to make them talk, you know, let them deliver their poo-poo, collect it, and then throw it back at them.
Yeah, inshallah, my friend. I know, I think I spent a lot of time with. Sorry if I annoyed you, whatever, bothered by cutting you off. The hardest thing with talking with you was from the beginning when your mic was kind of cutting off. Maybe your mic, you're cutting off, you know?
My mic is what?
Your mic's Iora was cutting, just like Muhammad's Diora. You know, that's why I couldn't hear at the beginning.
My mic did not. Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, my friend. Let us give Zedim time to talk, because you are here for long, and Zedim try to join us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zayden. I took too long.
No problem. You are welcome.
Oh, I enjoyed it. That was a lovely chat.
All right,
Yeah,
Zedim.
anyway, it'll good to see Christian friends.
Okay. You're welcome. But don't say inshallah next time.